is Mr. Gael, which is a director of Mass MUST Experience Company, and he actually, Mr. Gael has been already he has 18 years of experience in Malaysia, and he has a strong understanding of a Malaysia market. He is also the founder of Mass Experience, which is a boutique marketing agency, and he has already serviced lots of the prestigious international clients in Malaysia. Can you introduce your company and also service, and also including your company's mission and vision?
So basically, MUS stands for Marketing, Unit, Service and Trade. The reason why I chose this name originally is because I wanted to have a company as wide as possible to do any type of businesses that I wanted to do. But basically, I was an event management company. And if I didn't innovate for the past 15 or 17 years I've been in business, today I'll be dead. An event company today during COVID-19 basically have no chance of surviving. So what happened is slowly I had to evolve. And from an event company, I started to realize that I needed to have my own manpower. So I started to provide all these manpowers, those MCs, those promoters and stuff. And then I had to involve further to provide my own graphic design and all my own creatives. I involved further when I saw that there was a digital need happening in Malaysia and around the world in 2009. And I opened my digital agency, which is today probably the most profitable branch of my companies which are working. So I work with clients just like Pepsi, Unilever, Famous Amos, Campbell's. My clients are more the type of the kind that you see very regularly on TV and you'll see very regularly in your shopping malls and extra. I work with big agencies. However, I'm a very small and boutique marketing agency. So we are marketing consultants, and the way I position myself is I go and fight all this Goliath, all these giants like Publicis, like Naga, BBDO, and I go and win pitches against those people, and I win. The reason why I win is because we are providing the same quality of service that they're providing. However, we are a smaller team. We are a lot faster and reactive, and we are a lot more hands-on when it comes to local markets. So this is how MUS Experience has been created. I specialize in integrated marketing. I'm a very strong believer that offline and online have to interact with each other. So whenever you are running some on-ground activities, if there is no linkage to your online activity and your online link back to your on-ground, your offline to online is a cycle that cannot be broken. You have to treat your customers as new customers when they restart the cycle, and this is one of the things that we are very strong in. So we come out with marketing campaigns. We're an extended marketing arm for those clients, just as like the ones I mentioned earlier, and we develop those campaigns here in Malaysia.
Question this: how is your company doing during the COVID-19, and what is your expectation towards the post MCO era?
Right. So how is my company doing? I have to say that my company is doing pretty well, and we are awfully busy. But it has actually a history. Like I mentioned earlier, when I started in event management, I suffered a lot. I'm talking about like 15 years ago. We suffered a lot from communication breakdowns. We were not connected with people in the field. So when you're running a small event is okay, but when you're running large events at the different locations, then it becomes very, very complicated. So when the first smartphone came out, I jumped on it because for me it was extremely important to be connected, and I applied that to a fault in my company. So in my company, everything is computerized, everything is digitalized. All our files are in the cloud. We are communicating in the office when we are sitting next to each other via chat rooms, via whatever technology that you can find. Why is it? Because it's simpler. We can track back the conversation that we were having, and it makes things basically faster and more efficient. And faster and more efficient in a company are words that bosses really like to hear because it often equals to profitability. And this is something that we are looking at as business owners. So when COVID-19 came and all my staff couldn't come to office, I said, what's new? Actually, they don't have working hours in my office. They can come whenever they want. If they decide to work from home one day, it's okay. So we were very prepared, not by the pandemic, but we're just very prepared when we had to stay home. So I'm very happy and very lucky in that sense. So after that, we got very, very busy is because our clients were not prepared. And our clients were needed to come out from their comfort zone. So here I'll divide my clients into two types of categories. Those who are very agile and who can pivot very quickly on this new normal, on this new this pandemic, and those who couldn't, who had a lot of bureaucracy. They have to refer, they had to get approvals from their departments, from their heads, decide on the next step and the strategy. So what happened is those who are very agile, they could shift and pivot their strategies, and they can decide that even though their online presence was not very strong, it had to be done, and it had to be done quickly, not perfectly. So the moment that you needed to have an online presence is just that you needed to be seen by your consumers. You need to be seen by your customers. You need to be able to show that you still exist, even though you don't have a physical presence. And a lot of customers, or my clients, understood this need, and they came out from their comfort zone and decided, okay, let's do it. I know that you have been telling us to do it for a long time, but let's do it now. And so they decided to open their Facebook pages, for instance. They decided to launch their e-commerce website, which was not fully ready, but simply because they wanted to start selling to their consumers. Those who were not even ready to launch their e-commerce website just created some landing pages, just some ways actually to have some connection with their customers and their customer service, because a lot of people also customer service is done through phones or through emails, and because they didn't have their proper servers set up when you're at home, they couldn't access the emails they're supposed to receive from their customer service, because often customer service is you have like 5 or 10 people answering phones in the same room with a manager or director who's directing all these people. When everybody's from home, suddenly there's a breakdown in communication. There's a problem. How do I refer it to someone else? How do I get some advice from my colleagues? And suddenly all this was gone. So digitalization doesn't come only from putting your files onto a server, coming out with the digital strategies, coming out with the social media presence and stuff, but it also comes on internal basis on how you communicate with the rest of the company, and making sure that you have set up all the necessary tools for people to be able to communicate at the highest level. What I mean is when I receive a complaint from a customer, for instance, for your customer service, you receive a complaint from a customer and I'm handling it. I'm not working 24 hours 7, and there need to be some follow-up. And if I don't have the proper tools for the people who are going to take my shift after me, who answer that particular customers, we are going to waste very valuable time. And during a time where consumers have a very short attention span, they get upset very fast because they have nothing else to do. They're sitting at home. And so they get upset with the situation, and they'll have to lash it out on someone. So from my side, like I say, we've been pretty busy. Our clients have kept us busy because those who are agile, we managed to set up their digital strategies, and it was quite fun. Those who couldn't, we are still until today trying to convince them 90 days later why they should do the things that they should be doing. And it's going to take them forever actually to recuperate from this, but that's their problem. I think overall, what you need to learn from this is how you get out from the comfort zone. The previous speaker was talking about it takes 30 days to make a habit. Yes, to make it a habit, you have to do a first step. You have to come out from your comfort zone. And this COVID-19 has forced us to come out from our comfort zone and forced us to do things that we were not willing to do before. And this, to me, is very, very important on how we can capitalize on this. Not only as us as entrepreneurs or as businesses, but also as consumers. All consumers have shifted their way of consuming products, consuming services. If we don't change with our consumers, if we are not agile as a company, internal communication is one problem. But if we're not agile and with our consumers, we are going to die. and we're going to die very, very fast. So what is happening is a lot of companies, entrepreneurs especially, what they're doing at the moment is they're firefighting. The COVID-19, I need to get my product online. I need to come out with this. So yes, they're coming out from the comfort zone. They're trying to catch up a little bit with the lost time, which I think is okay. But 90 days later, they're just still firefighting. They still haven't sit down and thought about what's next. What is the future? What is the strategy? You're telling that the previous speaker was saying that every businesses appear to be very, very busy. Even though people are at home, but they're super, super busy. Why? Is because they had to rewrite their mission. They rewrite to have their strategy. They have to rewrite everything. They've been doing the same business for the past 50 years, 100 years, 10 years, or whatever. And suddenly, overnight, they have to change their whole strategy. Why they haven't done it before? Why they were so comfortable doing their business before, like their grandparents were doing, their great-great-grandparents are doing it. It's wrong. Their strategy already was wrong. Doing the same way we do things over and over again. So those who are agile, not only in internal, but also in external communication, they will be the most successful. Why? Is because they'll be able to start thinking forward and thinking that tomorrow, a digital presence on social media, on e-commerce, getting people to purchase your services on your products via WhatsApp and stuff like that, it's not enough. It is not enough. This is already the old days, like 3 months ago. The future is how we are changed. The digital sphere has totally changed. How do we interact with the consumers from a totally different angle? I'll give you one example. I have one of my customer. They are selling some product in a store, in a retail store, and they were asking, okay, Gail, what you're saying is nice, but how do we implement it? So I said, it's simple. Before COVID-19, people would have never make a Zoom call or FaceTime call to make a purchase. They will call the outlet and say, yeah, I would like to check, do you have this sweater in that particular size? Yes, sir, we have it. Please come to our outlet and then buy it. The second norm would be, yes, we have it. You can go online and purchase it online and you'll receive it to your mailbox. Tomorrow, what you can do is you can have a personal shopper. I FaceTime you or I Zoom you in your retail store. I have a salesperson who's answering my call. So you have a physical presence who is walking around the store and shopping for you, who go to the cashier, send you the bill, you make an online payment, and either I deliver to you, or you can come and collect from your store. So this is a very simple new experience of retail shopping, but nobody is thinking on business. They are leading edge that international company. So it's not gloomy as we expect. A bit there, but carry on and thinking, strategizing. What is your next steps? Whatever comes to you is not difficult.